Welcome back to another episode of the Thicc Boy Mafia podcast. Before we get started, I just want to thank all of you for every view and like and listen, and for all your support that you've given us, also by buying merch. Today we have the chance to chat with Klaeton Kimball. Also, be sure to check our Instagram to see our little Christmas surprise. And without further ado, Klaeton.
So when I was a white belt, that guy you were talking about, Felix, Marty just had so many people, like competing that day, and he couldn't run to the beginning. He was still finishing off Hank, I think, and I asked that guy, and he doesn't even know me, but he just knows I'm part of Elite, and he coached me until Marty got there.
Right on.
And I'm like, there's not a lot of, I don't know if there's a lot of gyms that would do that for you, or
right.
No,
I really like the vibe of anybody I've met that's from Elite. You know, like I said, that have come through our spot on like an open mat. Always just super rad, super positive. Like, I don't know. And they train really hard.
It feels like you're like in a little clique, right? Like you meet someone from Elite. Like I was delivering at one of the accounts that I have for the coffee company that I work for, and there's a girl there who just like saw me in the hoodie, because I will throw on like the Elite Team hoodie or something when I'm working under like my rain jacket, and she saw it and she's like, "Hey, I trained there." She's like, "You trained at the Visalia one?" I'm like, and it's just like it's like cool, that there's like all these other people you can like.
Dude, I was up in Santa Cruz, I don't know, like a month or two ago, and I went and hit an open mat, and I met 2 or 3 people that train out of Visalia regularly, like split their time between Northern California and the Central Valley. They're like, "Where are you from?" And I tell them, and like, "Oh, I train in Visalia." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. And then they'll like know like Marty or something.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a different demeanor when they, "Oh, you train at that spot." And they all say like, "Oh, yeah, Marty in Fresno is legit. Like the Elites are legit." It's like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I love rolling with them. I know Fred. Fred's like trained in like Mexico and stuff, and he said there's a bunch of killers.
That's right.
Guadalajara, yeah, with shout out Wolfgang. Shout out Wolfgang. Yeah, I got to them. I trained in Vegas. That was okay. Texas, I went to Texas.
Nice.
What was training like in Mexico? What's there?
It's the same thing, man. Jiu-jitsu's jiu-jitsu.
Right on.
It's the same language. Even if you don't speak it, jiu-jitsu's the same language, here in Mexico. I'm sure if we go like overseas, same thing.
Yeah, generally doesn't have a lot of douchebags hanging out for too long.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like I meet a bunch of cool nerds there.
Always. It's nothing but nerds.
Yeah.
Or mostly,
Or at least like, even if they're like some big jack dudes, they're like nerds for jiu-jitsu still. Yeah.
I don't feel like you can do it for any length of time and not be nerdy to some extent. Like, it's a lot of brain power. It's not,
It's a lot of humbling at the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see me sometimes, just like chatting with dudes on the wall, like about video games and Pokemon and stuff.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a cool scene for sure. I'm glad I finally kicked myself in the butt to do it.
And how your hands feeling?
Dude, they'll never be 100% again. They're still jacked, but they're functioning to the point where I can train and not feel a lot of pain. I sleep, not feel a lot of pain. Started playing music again, don't feel a lot of pain. So they're about as good as they're going to be, man. So
what happened? What was the injury?
Or
what was the
in 2012? I was working a moving job and moved like a 400 or 500 pound piece of furniture up multiple flights of stairs with other dudes, but they just burnt out. My hands just were not the same after that. What resulted was a severe carpal tunnel in both wrists, to where like I couldn't close my fists for most of the day, and just super painful. And my forearms were like rocks. Like I describe it like if you're lifting weights and you feel the lactic acid build up and it just burns. Mm-hmm. That was my forearms 24/7.
Jesus.
So they did a carpal tunnel release in my wrists, and then they took the radial nerve in both of my elbows, cut the muscle, moved it over the bone, buried it in there, and sewed it back up. So they're just kind of stuck in my arms. They don't get pinched off anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I'm stoked.
Dude, I can tell, like, since you came back from that, I'm like, you're just like not letting me go anymore.
Yeah, dude. I know it was a super bummer to have to sit down for a couple of months, man. Like, I don't like taking breaks on stuff. I don't like pumping the brakes on anything. And it was like, no, you kind of got to sit your butt down and recover and just do it.
So I have a shoulder injury, and I've talked to the doctor about it, and then they've told me like, until you can't move it, they're like, we don't want to mess with it because it's not going to be like it was before.
Yeah, and you're super young, dude. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I avoided getting cut on, doing surgery for a long time. Just, I don't know, my professional life is around surgery and stuff, and I'm like, that's, I don't know, if you can do other stuff, do that before you absolutely have to.
Yeah.
And we got totally like, you know, the miracle of chemistry and science. Like, you can go do some other stuff now to heal and recover, you know?
I've noticed that massages help. Yeah.
Stem cells, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, stem cells or like the peptide stuff,
peptide, yeah, I
you
forgot
know.
about
Well, I don't know anything about that, but I always hear about it.
I don't know the exact sciences behind it, but whatever they are, if you shoot them up into an injury, they help a lot. Like, yeah, I've done them for a number of minor injuries. And, you know, for my surgeries, I'd read up that shooting up high doses for recovery helps with even post-surgical stuff, you know, to heal. So the first one they did, I waited a week. The second one I did same day. I got home and took off the bandages and just started shooting up the 157 stuff with the 500 whatever. And I don't know. They came back pretty quick. So.
There's like no side effects or anything from that?
I haven't experienced it yet. I haven't heard of it.
Maybe with like just if you prolonged use or something, but
I don't know. I don't think they've been out
still
long
hurting
enough.
you. Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll roll that dice every day. I've rolled dice on other stuff I put in my body. So if it's stuff that'll make it healthy, why not?
I've seen the stem cell stuff. Like, I've seen that you can just like go to Mexico and like pay for them and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're expensive.
I'm sure.
Looked into that. And
What is
it's
it, like 15 G's?
to get both my arms done? I think it was going to be like 20 to 25. And I'm like,
So 10 each, 10, 12 each.
yeah. And that wasn't like a direct quote. That was like an estimate after just sending their emails to say, I'm interested. What do you got going on? You know?
So did they tell you the process? Like, oh, you'll go to San Diego, we'll pick you up from there, and then we'll do this? Or how does that
Yeah,
work?
I didn't get that far into it. I
Okay.
literally just like went to their website, sent the email, what do you have going on? I was like, how much is this looking like? And by that time I had already started seeing an orthopedic surgeon.
Okay.
And I just was like, okay, I'm going to go this route. It's here.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be cheaper. But, you know, if I had unlimited money, I would have went to Tijuana in a heartbeat.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
One thing I am going to do is skin removal surgery.
Oh, really?
Eventually. Yeah, eventually. I need to get down a couple more
Yeah,
pounds
'cause-
still.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
of all the weight
350.
loss,
I was
right?
350.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right. I was
so
just getting ready to ask,
so-
how much have you lost total, dude?
As of right now, maybe like 100 pounds.
Nice.
100 pounds right now.
Oh, yeah.
The lowest, I got to like 215, so like 135.
Oh, yeah.
So right now I'm like
I
35
remember
pounds
that for that competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, dude.
I'll get there again. Hopefully early next year.
I get stoked hearing stories like that, man. Like that takes a lot of work, and it's not easy to do.
It does.
Hell yeah,
It
man.
does. But it's finally like a lifestyle change, So like
Right on.
it takes a while.
Whatever. You're still young, dude.
Yeah, 30, 32.
Yeah. Boy,
32.
dude, you're just a baby.
32.
Yeah,
Feel
you got
old.
time.
Got 3 kids. Feel old.
Yeah.
I have none, and I'm 33.
I have none, and I feel old. I'm pushing 50.
Dude, you're 50?
Close.
I thought you were
47.
younger.
I'll be 48 this year.
Oh, okay.
You're so strong, dude. Though that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
No, just peptides. The guy was over here.
No.
Dude, that was like the first thing. Like, I know there's that joke where like, oh, you're strong, when we were rolling. And I tell people like, with Klaeton, I was like, no, that's a legit
That's
thing.
scary.
Like, he's
Yeah,
actually
it's-
strong as fuck.
Dude. So for a while, like just dumb white belt stuff, I was like, man, these guys are clowning on me. Like I got no technique.
No, dude. We still say it.
I don't feel strong. I especially after getting the surgeries and having to recover, like I don't feel strong. But it's cool to hear that other dudes are strong.
I feel like there's a difference now. Like, it's
Right
harder
on.
to get away from you.
Right on.
Because, like, last time, I don't know, you're like, you did an arm drag and you, like, got to my back standing, and I was like, oh, shit. I was like,
You
I
showed
can't-
me that stuff, dude.
Yeah, I stole it from him.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle. It's just going in circles.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't know. I've noticed I've gotten stronger over the last couple of months since I've gotten back on like a workout regimen and stuff, and just the weight of kettlebells and stuff I'm able to use. But I don't feel very strong.
What do you do, like a kettlebell circuit?
Nope.
No.
My stuff's super simple, dude. Mostly, almost exclusively jump rope and burpees. 4 years ago.
Just like calisthenics and stuff?
Yep. Not even just jump rope, burpees, and pull-ups. That's it. Maybe push-ups on my knuckles with the feet raised up on
I'm thinking like prison workouts right now.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I've never been locked up, but that's where I got them from.
You ever watch that movie, Shot Collar?
Yeah.
When they're like all in their cages and they're like 200 burpees, or what do they call them? Up downs, or I forgot what they call them. Or Navy SEAls. They call them Navy SEAls.
Yeah, those
Have
are
you
the
seen
ones
that
where you
movie?
kick your knees
No.
out.
It's a good prison movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Shot Collar.
Shot collar.
Yeah.
Killer. Yeah.
I think it's on Netflix, so if you get a chance, dude.
If it's not, it's worth the $4.99 to
yeah, it's a
See,
sick
I don't
movie.
like those kind of workouts. Like, I think that's why I picked up jujitsu, because I don't like working out by myself. Like doing like working out for whatever it is, 30 to an hour. How long do you do?
Dude, lately, I used to do like the light days were 45 minutes, and then a regular one would be like an hour and 15. I'm 30 minutes, dude. I don't have time to put in.
But see, like to do that by myself, like even like I do like the bike sometimes, like the
attack bike or the
not even attack bike,
Peloton
just like
thing?
Peloton. Yeah,
Okay.
it's echelon. It's like echelon. But even then, you're like doing it with like other people, so like you're like kind of racing and they're kind of pushing you.
I could do the
That kind of
heavy bag
push.
by myself. Just hitting the heavy bag
For how long?
Right on.
I do 10 3-minute rounds with
nice.
with a
Nice, yeah, it's
50
about 30
second
minutes,
with the
yeah.
50-second break in between.
So you figure like 35 to no, that'd be like 40 minutes.
Even and I do it just trying to do as much as whatever I'm working on that round, as much as I can, because then that's what my body can do at the moment,
Right on.
and then it just keeps moving up.
it's just not my favorite. Just not my favorite.
Dude, I don't know. I've listened to and studied, sports trainers, all that stuff for over a decade. And if it works for you, then do it, man. Like, I don't know, your jive ain't going to be what works for me. And like, if it can keep you doing it on a regular basis, then do that.
Exactly. And that's like when people ask me, well, how did you like lose the weight? It's like, I did something that I liked, like I didn't go to the traditional gym.
Yeah.
Like, I did jiu-jitsu, so, and for some people that would work better than the gym.
And for you, like tickled that wrestling.
Yeah.
I've never had a gym membership ever. I won't. Like, I can't.
And
like,
then, so this one's worth it because I mean, jiu-jitsu is
it's
expensive.
different. Yeah. Like a fighting school or a combat sports school. That's not like a gym. I don't want to go to a regular gym. I just can't. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be around people when I'm doing my jam. I don't want to be bothered. Like, it's funny. I used to do workouts in parking lots where I lived in Los Angeles, and if I got interrupted, I'd get bombed. Like, not friendly.
So what, you were just like on top of like a parking lot or something?
No, like straight up in the parking area, whether it was a parking garage, like a back parking area, just jump rope and burpees, dude. Yeah, and if you interrupt,
how long did you live in LA?
That's coming up March 24th of 2008 until October 29th of 2019. So what is that?
damn,
Just about
recently.
12 years.
So you lived
5
there for
years,
a while. What were you doing there?
Playing music and working in bars in the entertainment industry, man.
How's it?
What'd you do? What'd you do in bars? And tell us detail.
So I moved down there just to play music. That's what I did. Almost like, I wouldn't say exclusively. Like, I didn't make it my income once I left. So music was my income here before I left when I was going to college for music. Then I moved to LA and I just worked whatever jobs came up that turned into like the bar stools I sat on. The dudes were like, "Oh, you're scrappy and you're cool, so work the door and do bouncing." Mm-hmm. So I did that. That got me into doing work in the film industry, like behind the camera, whatever, like, blue collar job there is, art department, catering, security. And then people I met through that had me do like private security, at their houses where they'd have parties and whatnot.
Oh,
or, they did film shoots. They'd be like, "Yo, come watch my spot." Like, they hire regular security, but you're my friend and I'll look after your spot. A little different than, somebody getting paid $10 an hour at a job will. So yeah. And that just led, like, what was it? 11, almost 12 years of just wildness, dude. I ran wild for a while, but it's good.
That's tight. That's tight.
So you said you played music, like, and I think we talked about it. You played like hardcore, a little more hardcore stuff.
Mostly what I did was like punk rock and roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my degree. I played a lot of like classical flamenco music. Played with the dance
without
troupe
the
for a
fig,
minute.
it's just
Yeah,
the fingers.
traditional Spanish dance music.
So I've
folk
noticed
music.
that with flamenco players, their fingers get like thick because they're like, yeah,
Yeah, it's all in the right hand. Like, for years I had fake acrylic nails only on my right hand. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
To play?
Yep. Yeah, because I
to strum.
Yeah, to finger pick, because I was playing rock and roll with Tom from Elite. I don't know if you guys know that. Like, I talked to Tom. He said it was cool to talk about it. So yeah, I played in a band with that guy for years. Like, we did like
That's tight. I didn't know that.
I knew he skateboarded, but I didn't know he played in a band.
yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I forget if I did like 1.5 or 2.5 records.
Can you shoot me some of
with
that music?
I honestly have it on CDs. I don't have it on a computer, and I don't know if you can find it online. I haven't looked.
Yeah, just download the CD onto if anyone has a burner.
But yeah, that's just, I don't know. Just, most of it was punk rock and roll. I sat in on some like power violence and grindcore tours with just good friends of mine. The classical and flamenco stuff. I think That's about all the genre. And then just whatever random stuff would come up. I've done some embarrassing, like, pop rock music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it just pays the bills at the time, or what? Or
It
you're
paid, period. And it didn't, like I said, once I moved to LA, it wasn't paying my bills. I didn't want it to. But if you weren't the homie, and I didn't like the material, then yeah, you got to pay me to show up, dude. Like,
Oh, okay.
And if you pay me, that's cool. I'll do whatever you want. But, yeah.
music. So have you been doing music since you were like young?
I've been around music my whole life. My old man plays country music. Yes,
Really?
Yeah, since before I was born. I started playing guitar at 13. There was some like elementary school band stuff I did before that, but like music when I started doing it was 13, and then really went full on with it, like going to college for it and touring, performing, recording in my early 20s, late teens is when I.
That's the time to do it, right? Because you can sleep anywhere and.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tougher for people to do it when they're older because I don't know. I still like that. I wouldn't. Oh, you want to go on the road? I just did it. Like.
Yeah, because you told me you're like, I just got back from Seattle.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? What were you doing there?
Yeah, the dear friend of mine and his wife. They're both in the same power violence band I used to pick up tours with. Called me up and like, hey, we got a new thing. We got a show booked. We want to see if it works. Can you do it? And I'm like, I don't know. Give me a few weeks to see if the hands still work. And they did. I'm like, cool. And they're like, all right, we'll bring you up. And yeah, it's the first time I've done it since April 20th of 2019.
And where you were able to do it?
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking, and not that like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get on stage. That's nothing. But like, holy smokes, am I gonna be able to remember songs like in order and super fast?
Yeah, how do you prepare for that? Like, is this sheet music or is this just chords that you remember? Or
So
how does one prepare for this?
this time I did it way different. It used to be like, reading sheet music. I'd have chord charts, which is like shorthand notes for me to remember while I play. But it had been so long since I'd done it, I didn't want to rely on anything I had to look at because I'd just be up there on stage staring at a piece of paper.
Right.
That's lame, dude.
Right.
Like, nobody wants to see that.
For sure.
So I just memorized it all. I did it all by memory, which is how I learned to play. Before I went to school, I was all self-taught by ear. So you just, I don't know, do it by ear and you just memorize it. And as dumb as I am, somehow I can still remember it.
Yeah, but there's like those people that are like extremely intelligent and they can't get music, but you get like this guy who's like book smart. It's not there, but music, the guy can hear something and play something on a piano like it's nothing. I knew a kid like that. He could like play anything with any instrument, and he just like a little savant.
It's a different part of the brain. Like when I was going to school, I had the opportunity and was offered a pretty decent scholarship to go study music therapy, which is like giving people music to help them cope with like autism or some emotional disability, whatever. But kids that whose brain doesn't interact, or people, doesn't matter if you're a kid that doesn't interact and process, I guess, normally. You give them music and they can immediately memorize stuff and focus and calm down. Like, music's the best drug ever, dude, for sure.
I saw something where this guy had like a degenerate or brain disease, whatever. He couldn't remember anything, and his daughter started playing old stand up that the dad used to watch with her, and he would start laughing and he'd remember the jokes. But she's like, he doesn't remember like really who I am, but he remembers laughing, and like his brain would like kind of come back a little bit, which I'm assuming maybe music can kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, it generate when we hear sounds, it generates chemicals in our brains that allow us to like feel, to remember stuff. Not exactly the same, but the same idea as like a taste bud. It's not just what you put in your mouth with a sensation. There's whole like other brain processes associated with it, and people who have a weird brain that are maybe a TBI or maybe they're birth defect or something, music will make those chemicals work to where they can function in a way that they wouldn't be able to otherwise.
I used to study while listening to music, and it would help.
Yeah,
I used to go to class and have my earbuds.
What were you listening to?
At that time, probably like Avenged
Ram
Sevenfold, Rise Against.
Oh, right on.
We've actually seen them. They're actually both of them pretty good. And at that time, I always call it. It's like Linkin Park. It was like my gateway. like a gateway drug, but like to other musics. And yeah, that's what I was in high school, and then now we've gone into more, I guess, more heavier stuff.
What's heavier stuff?
Blink 182.
No, dude, I always have this joke like I don't know more
Katy
than
Perry.
like 3 of their songs.
Hey, why
right now, like
that,
Katy
man?
Perry.
right now,
It's
like
not good.
Parkway Drive
Okay.
is what I'm into.
Right on.
I asked them if they want to go see Amity Affliction because they're coming.
I don't know who that is.
They're just like a band from Australia.
Oh, right on.
For some reason, I really like bands from Australia because I think
on.
Parkway Drive's also from there. What else am I listening
AC/DC's
to?
from Australia.
Yeah,
That's insane.
yeah.
What are you listening to, Fred?
I also rap, I guess.
Oh, we've also gone to like emo
R&B.
stuff. We always go to like emo stuff together.
Yeah.
I have some guilty pleasures. Like, what's her name? It's like Luvi. It's like From the Start. What's that white girl? Damn. Sabrina Carpenter.
Dude, okay, so I just watched her Tiny Desk concert. It was actually pretty good.
I know. That's
Oh, she's got a tiny desk?
She just
Yeah.
did it like yesterday. You know what? I listened to a lot of like Tool a lot
All right.
also, which I think their music's weird but awesome. Like
Do you do psychedelics and listen to them?
no, but I can only imagine that it'll just like
You
rack
should.
my brain.
Yeah.
I've thought about maybe doing mushrooms one day. Haven't.
What do you mean maybe doing mushrooms?
I don't know.
You're 32 and you've
I work
never
in
done
something.
mushrooms?
I work in something where I can't have any drugs in my system.
So they can't test you for mushrooms, dude,
Oh, then
unless you
maybe
go
well,
and
then-
act weird on
well-
mushrooms at work.
Well, then maybe I'll microdose.
What? So microdosing?
If you microdose, you can probably.
Huh?
But if you take it once, it's pretty
okay.
quick, right? Like the
Probably on a
metabolism-
long weekend.
It metabolizes pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
It's
that.
not something they'll test you for. They can't.
Really?
Yeah. So don't do microdosing if you've never done it. Like take a regular. You're a grown man. Take a grown man dose, dude. Minimum
Okay.
of an eighth. I did that for years.
So when you do it, like, how did you do it? Because like, if you were to ingest it the first time, how would you?
I'd take
Or
an
just
eighth.
eat it?
Yeah,
Just like that?
I don't like chewing on them.
Okay.
I don't mind the taste, but chop them up into a powder. Take an eighth, like you weigh it out on a scale. Chop it up. I used to eat them in omelets first thing in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Eat your omelet. Eat the eighth of mushrooms. Smoke a joint, and by the end of the joint, you're gonna be
Tripping?
Yeah, you'll be cool.
Cool. Actually, maybe going to the concert. You know what I do a lot is for some reason I watch Danny Carey play his guitars, but the camera above.
Oh yeah,
It like seeing the way he moves his arms freaks me the fuck out because it's
dude. Take mushrooms and go to a Tool concert. man.
that
I've
should
taken
be fun.
acid and gone to a couple of Tool concerts.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
What do you listen to?
Mostly what I listen to now is like knucklehead hardcore, dude. I've always loved it, still do. So other than that, it's a wide variety. I've been listening to a lot of Skinhead Oi lately. There's been a resurgence of like this really, really good Skinhead Oi music. I haven't seen Skinhead shit in years. I grew up with it, and it kind of like, I don't know, just maybe I wasn't paying attention, but it stayed around. But like, there's a bunch of new young bands doing it, and they're doing it proper, and it's like,
so.
oh, cool.
So when you say skinhead, say it again.
Skinhead Oi music.
Oi?
Yeah, you're not familiar.
Okay.
That's a style.
No,
yeah, I
no.
know. There's a style of music. I thought it was a band.
Yeah. So it's like Oi music is. I guess
Spell
you'd
that.
call
Spell
it
that for me.
OI.
Oh, I was just.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And if anybody listen, if I'm misspeaking on the culture, forgive me. I'm not.
go out for him.
No. I just don't know what it is.
But, I would call it like a subsect or derivative of punk rock, but like
Okay.
I don't know, through the maybe even back to the 70s, 80s, 90s, like skinheads were playing like punk rock, but their punk rock was Oi. Like I don't know.
That's just probably just what they called it.
Before our
Yeah,
time. I think.
I don't, or I can't remember why they call it Oi, but yeah, Oi music. It's just like skinhead punk rock, and it was around for a while when I was growing up, and it was rad and like super cool bands, cool scenes, and then it disappeared, and now there's this resurgence of these people doing it again. It's like, oh,
You know
rad.
what's crazy? I remember listening to the Distillers in 8th grade with my friend, and he was like, "My sister said this band's awesome," and then we were just like listening to it at lunch, and it was pretty good. But I was just like, "What the hell is this?" But like all my cousins and stuff were like into hip hop, so like we wouldn't really like almost like hide it, wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, I feel like we need to crowd fund or something. Fabian's mushroom era. You're gonna get into all sorts of.
I'm
stuff,
already
dude.
kind of weird. Oh, you know what? Maybe that and some
It'll
video
level-
games. I would do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. Try out in nature is best for psychedelics, I
Oh,
think.
playing
But,
some
yeah.
Castlevania.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be sick. I've been playing Remnant, so that thing is kind of creepy, and maybe that'd be. Would that have a bad trip? Maybe.
I don't know. Have a bad trip.
Okay.
That'll be good for you too.
So that's could you, what is it called? The ego death? Can you don't do that through there, or is that something else? I'm thinking like
I guess you
acid or
could.
something.
I don't know. My ego's been squashed most of my life anyway. It's been big too, but like, I don't know. I've never had an ego death. Yeah, I never experienced that, but I don't know. I've been like psychologically humbled from it. I don't know. I think it's super healthy, man.
Have you ever done, what is it, the toad?
I've not done the toad.
Okay.
Wait, you got some? I'll do it.
No, I've never heard of it. Like,
what is it? Ayahuasca?
No, it's a
DMT
toad that secretes a poison.
Yeah.
So you
DMT,
take the toad and 5-MeO DMT. That's what it is. You take the toad and wipe it on a piece of glass or a window, and that juice out of it dries, and then you scrape it with a razor blade and smoke that. And
dang.
Apparently it's wild. Mike Tyson does it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I always, I think I met somebody that did it, and they're like, it was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done DMT once. That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
It's good
I
for
don't
you.
think I'd be able to. My anxiety is too bad.
It's not like that. It's lasted maybe 5 minutes. It's just super
Okay.
intense for a shorter period of time.
Yeah.
You don't freak out, and if you do, like, you're not like flailing around and hurting yourself. You're
like
just
salvia.
And it would be
laying
5
down.
minutes because
Yeah, it doesn't
it's
last
already
long
in
at
your
all.
brain. Your brain already knows how to process it.
It just doesn't. The lifespan of the effects is not long. You think it's forever, but yeah, it's real quick.
In your
Pretty
brain,
safe.
you think it's forever, but outside it's not.
Could be. Yeah, salvia's like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Like the guy that had like a whole family, right? Do you guys hear from like the Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
He like had a whole family and like lived like underwater for 3 months.
Yeah.
Like he literally was in a podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was the comedian. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
I don't remember the comedian's name.
The one who drugged
Ari Shaffir.
There you go.
Ari Shaffir.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had like a whole family, like an underwater family for like 3 months.
Have you ever his comedy special on YouTube? The
Which
that's
one?
called Jew.
Oh yeah, the one with all the candles.
It's really good.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's really good. If you get a chance, dude,
Yeah, he's a
watch
funny guy.
it.
He's an interesting guy.
He takes forever to make a special too, because like
Yeah.
he curates for a long time and then finally like decides to put one out.
Yeah, he doesn't just pursue the cash out on it.
Yeah.
He just, this is what I do. I'm going to make a good quality piece of creative output.
Did
However
you
long
see
that
when
takes.
he gave somebody for their birthday a box with his shit in it?
Oh,
That's so funny you mentioned that, dude. I was just talking to my old lady today about doing that. My uncle years ago told me about. It's called shit in a box, dude.
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
somebody a shit in a box. Apparently, that's.
And you
that's
want to do
juvenile.
it?
No, I've done it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, multiple
And you gave it as
times.
a gift?
Yeah.
Christmas is around the corner.
So now I
Well,
know. Shitty Christmas. What's it called? Well, now I know Clayton's giving. I'm scared.
No.
Now that he handed us stuff
No.
earlier.
No, I will not give you guys a turd in a box. We don't know each other well enough. I feel bad.
No.
I
I'd
wanna
probably
talk about
laugh like
something.
crazy and hope it doesn't smell.
Don't put that out there because then I'm gonna want to.
Well, the whole thing is because he was talking about how like he took it through all New York and through a subway in the box, and it just like sat in there, and he like lied saying it was like a record signed
And
by
by
a
stock.
band that he likes, and he was like all excited to open it.
I want to talk about, since we're on the topic of drugs, there's a group in Mexico they called the Patrulla Espiritual. We don't see it here, but it's in Tijuana and Ensenada.
Are they the ones that take the people?
They kidnap homeless people, and they take them to. You see it? Yeah.
I've just seen a couple of memes. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, so they kidnap these people and take them to the rehabilitation center. But before he calls them like, oh, you're a golden tassel, like you're a pot of gold, you're like just talking good to like what does he say? So, a tassel
Buttering 'em up.
dorado.
They're, like buttering 'em
like
up.
he hypes them up, like telling them who Jesus says they are, like they're a diamond in the rough. Like, hasn't anybody told you that? And they're like, no, that's what captured them. And he's like, come back with me, and I'll get you fat. I'll feed you. I'll do all this stuff for you. And then when they decide not to go with him, he's like, I got this Bible verse for you, Luke 14:23. It's gonna make you float. And as soon as he says that, like the whole group that's with him pick him up, throw him in the van, and then take him to the rehabilitation center.
I love that he's hitting a Samuel L. Jackson verse before he takes them.
And then like the before and afters are crazy.
What's their get down on it though? Like what are they getting at taking them and doing it? Or are these just people that are like, this is my calling?
He was a drug addict.
Really?
He was a drug addict. So like whenever he gets like the urge, he'll just go out and like go pick.
Really?
Yeah, he'll just go pick up people. Yeah,
I didn't know if that. I'd seen a couple of memes or reels or clips or whatever on it, and I was like, "Is that even real?" Like,
yeah,
like,
it's in
America.
and yeah, no, you can't. I don't think you could do it here, but in
Maybe they
Mexico.
should.
Yeah, I know. Actually, yeah, it's working because you see the before and afters.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, where's the guy from Oxxo? Oxxo is like a gas station, like an AM/PM or Shell.
Oh, it's like
in
their
Mexico,
7-Eleven.
like a 7-Eleven in Mexico. He's like, where's the guy from Oxxo? Where's the guy from Oxxo? Okay, you guys want to see the guy from Oxxo? Here he is. He's all praising God like a completely new person, like in a church service, and then he's all like humble, like he was all crazy before, and then all good looking, showered. Yeah,
Good.
in a
Get
church.
clean, dude.
Yeah, and they're clean.
Dude, we were in Mexico
By kidnapping
and
a man.
We were at that store and we just saw like 3 people like, and this was like 3 in the afternoon, just laid out, just like,
Fent.
yeah. Nah, I think they're just like really drunk, but it was like 3 in the afternoon. We were in Cabo and just on the floor, and we're like, I hope they're okay.
Was this tourist or this was?
No, there's dudes that live there.
Oh,
I
okay,
guess,
just-
but
That's anywhere around the world now.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere. Like, I spent a fair amount of time in downtown LA, like a couple of blocks from Skid Row.
okay.
That's normal, dude. Like,
Dude.
what's everywhere now has been there forever. What you're describing, just like people laid out, like, are you still alive? And
Yeah.
like, whatever, step over, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I see some of the little homes they make. They're like the little sheds that they make. Some crazy stuff. They built some crazy stuff.
so when I was in high school, I got like kind of pushed into this like help the troubled kids program, and it was over like a week or week and a half. They took us to Tijuana. There's a point to this, and you just did service work, like going to orphanages, feeding people at the dump. But they took us into these neighborhoods where we stayed, and it was full on like large towns made all out of pallets, like whatever scrap,
Low
siding,
income,
whatever
yeah.
would work. And I don't know. I was a teenager. I was blown away. I was like, "Whoa, dude! These people make homes out of this stuff," and it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's wild, but that's still there.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I mean, shit, Brazil, like half of Brazil is that.
Favelas.
Yeah, like the
Yeah, the
favelas.
yeah.
Favelas.
Yeah, and freaking, they just, kids just come out of there. So you have a bunch of fighters that come out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mexico, yeah. They get kids off the street, put them in the boxing gyms in Tijuana, and just
Yeah.
been scrapping their whole life. And you get these little killers that just don't stop.
Yeah.
It's like because Michael Jackson, his kid like wanted to fight or something like that, and he like, laughed at him. It's like, dude, you're like you're rich. Like you have money, like you're not gonna be a fighter. Like you don't have that in you, because that, like coming from dirt poor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a different kind of hungry, man.
Yeah,
We ain't got
yeah.
shit. What are those kids?
Different kind of hungry.
Yeah.
Well, you said Mike Tyson. He came out.
Yeah.
Knows what his parents were like drug addicts, right?
I think his mom was a prostitute.
Okay.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something crazy.
And then that guy, like, what took him in, right? That coach or helped him?
yeah,
he
Coach
him up.
D'Amato. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Good stuff comes out of hardship. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing we like or follow or whatever.
Pressure
It's
makes
legit.
diamonds.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%, dude.
I was just like looking at geodes today too. I was like talking about like pressure and water and the rocks and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't get a lot of gains out of a lot of comfort. You know?
Yeah.
You just don't.
Yeah. There's a Bible verse that I like. It's pick up your cross and follow me. It's like you gotta. It's pick up your sacrifice. Pick up that hardship and follow
What's that out of?
the Bible.
Like,
What do you,
yeah, but like
Which
like
book?
A chapter.
Oh man, I can't tell you off the top of my
Right
head.
on.
Yeah, it has to be one of the Gospels. So
Okay.
like the first 4 Bibles. So like Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John
Okay.
has to be in there. So
What is it? Pick up your cross. And
pick up
follow
your
me?
cross and follow me. Yeah.
that's
Pick up
tight.
your struggle. Pick up your struggle and follow me.
Right on.
Yeah. Because there's a light in struggle. There's
Yeah.
in sacrifice.
Yeah, I don't
There's
know.
no gain in comfort.
Nah, I haven't gotten anything positive out of life that didn't come with a lot of struggle, dude.
Yeah.
And the more you struggle, the better getting over it is.
Yeah.
For 100%.
Jiu-jitsu?
I was just gonna say they're for you.
I was
Back
going
to
to ask
jiu-jitsu.
because I know you do archery also.
I have
how did
not-
how did your hands? Oh, you haven't done it since your hands.
I have not picked it up, guy. It's probably been 6 months since I picked up my bow. But yeah, I was doing traditional archery for like a year and a half straight, like just as hardcore as jiu-jitsu. If I wasn't at the jiu-jitsu school, I was at the archery shop at the indoor range.
So you just like go all in, right? Like
Yeah,
for the most
I
part.
needed some distractions at that time in my life that were positive. So I was just like, all right, the only way I'm going to deal with what I'm dealing with is I'm only doing positive shit. Only doing positive shit. I'm not fucking with anything that's not positive. And that's just what I went and did. That's why I was at the jiu-jitsu school so much when I started. And if I wasn't there, I was at the archery range or work. But
Dude, I see him wear the Hyperfly one
Robin
with
Hood?
like the lining to make you sweat. And I was like, what the fuck are you wearing?
What?
That,
I never seen it.
It's like the material that they put in like those jackets, like the reflective material inside. It makes you sweat, just keep your heat.
Like a sauna suit?
He's wearing like a fucking hoodie under it too.
But he does that in the summer. You haven't seen his
Dude,
post?
you're a psycho.
In the summer, he's like in his garage with the sweatsuit on.
Yeah, so-
he like posts
I
110
did see
degrees.
that.
Yeah,
Dude,
so-
Yeah, he likes
that's
that. I was
crazy.
like,
I don't even know why I started running it like that, but probably for at least 15, maybe pushing 20 years. No matter what time of year, especially in the summer, it used to be full sweatsuits with a hood on, pulled over, and a beanie. Now, I can buy sauna suits, so it's sauna suits, preferably in the garage with a thermometer in there. If it's over 100, I'm in a full sauna suit with a hood, probably pushing it harder than like in the winter.
Yeah.
Still like always work out in sauna suits. It's
Damn.
good for you. But yeah, that's the gis. They have that in there. They're supposed to like keep you warm for competition. Like I don't know.
the
I was like,
geese
sure.
have that? The geese
Yeah,
have that?
Hyperfly makes one, and it's like if you want to train and stay warmer.
Oh,
I
you
saw
gotta
him-
show me. I never
pulled
seen
his,
it.
Okay.
I pulled his fucking lapel,
Yeah, and you're like,
I
what
was
the
like,
hell? What is
"You're a freaking psycho, dude." I was like, "What are you doing wearing this?"
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think their marketing on it is that they're gis for competition, and there's lining in them, so in between your rounds you don't cool all the way down.
Yeah,
Your muscles stay
that makes
warm,
sense.
So you don't get whatever.
makes
I don't know.
But it was just like a random Sunday, and he's fucking wearing it.
That's Clayton.
I don't know. I can't help it.
I was like, Clayton, what are you doing, man? I'm over here like struggling for water. He's just like,
Taking off your gi in between rounds?
yeah, I'm like, I'm hot.
Oh, dude, I hate the heat. I hate sweating that much, but because it's so miserable, that's why I do it. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
How do you like your
growth
like
in that,
no-gi?
man?
I hate both of them, dude. But like, I suck more at no gi than I do at gi, just because I've done it more. But I think I like the game of no gi more because I don't know. I hate getting grabbed onto and like, dude, I can't punch you. Let go of me. That sucks. How do I figure this out?
You like the gi? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
No, I like the game of no gi more.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, dude, I'm old, man. Like, that's a fast game. you
No
know.
gi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, when it's a game, gi's a game, more of a game than like no gi jujitsu.
More
Slow it down. Yeah.
yeah, I don't feel like I suck at either one more. Probably suck at no gi more, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just hate people grabbing onto me like you guys do, especially you.
Him more probably. I wait for him to like do a takedown or something, and I'm like, okay, now it's time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know your game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know something.
I've been trying to figure
But
it
it's
out
funny
for a
because
while.
like whenever he finally figures something out, I'll just like add something on top of it. I'm like, all right, something new.
Yeah. I feel like that's the entire like lifetime of your jiu-jitsu. It's like you're just always learning, trying to figure it
Yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Dude, and I love it because he'll like learn something, and like he'll use it on me the next time, and I'm like, I'm saying you motherfucker, but I'm like happy that he's doing it. I was like,
Yeah.
and
Right on.
it's at least sort of helping somebody because I don't help a lot of people. I'm not very good at. Like,
Yeah.
he helped me a lot.
Dude, and you guys in particular, there's a few other people that I feel like have been gracious with like putting on knowledge on me, like just in roles like, oh, you see people are coming around more, they've stuck around for a minute. It's like, oh, hey, dude, you keep doing this every stick of time with me. Like, do this instead. And like, I'm like, oh, dude, thank you. Like, I listen when you guys tell me that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and do that on you.
Yeah, all that like the underhook stuff and like the collar
You've been
ties.
doing that. You've been doing more underhook
Yeah,
stuff, right?
it's all
For, like,
stuff
standing?
he
Yeah.
showed me when I first started, like first few months. Like sometimes I probably annoyed him so much on Instagram, messaging him like
No, you
wrestling
didn't know
and.
me.
Huh?
You didn't know me.
Oh, dude! I actually no. No, funny thing. Like my first day, I kept like, like in my head, I like talked to myself, but I was saying it out loud. He's like, you're talking, right? And I was like, yeah, that's how I learned.
He's just like,
I was like, move the arm over here, this and that.
and then I was drilling, and then I was doing the move, and he's like, okay, move the arm this way.
Yeah, I was like, well,
I was
I'm
like,
trying
dude,
to
I got
learn.
it. I got it.
But
Like,
I'm trying to learn.
Did you move his arm for him?
Yeah.
Were you like, put it over here?
No, he was just like telling me what to do, and I was like the
yeah.
upper belt. You know, I was like, dude, I got it.
But I was trying to remember what to do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's just how I learn. Because sometimes when I learn something new, I'm like, okay, I'll move this over here.
Yeah.
But now I've gotten better, like being more quiet about it. But yeah, when I started, I would say it out loud, like, move the arm over here.
You were doing that as a white belt?
Yeah. Because that's just how that's how I learned.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
week, yeah.
2-stripe white belt here.
If
If you're a white belt, don't coach, dude.
No, I was like coaching.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember the order.
White belt don't coach.
Yeah, but Fred helped me a lot, man. And we were just like right away, just cool with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you came in, I was like, damn, that guy looks scary as hell,
dude. I just have resting asshole face, man. I swear. Like, and when I'm paying attention, I'm focused. Apparently, I look pissed off because I'm just like focused, but my face looks stern, and I don't like talking a lot. Here I am talking, but yeah, I don't know. I still think, I don't know. I got this weird mental thing where I walk into a new place. I'm like, oh, everybody hates me. Just shut your mouth. Like I thought everybody hated me forever. Still do.
It's like an imposter syndrome type thing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's the way to say
dude,
it.
I'm like a chatty Cathy. I talk to everybody.
But
What got you into jiu-jitsu and like elite team?
So, I wrestled in high school and then always had friends, Tom, one of them, these guys who had done jiu-jitsu like at a higher level for a long time. And they'd always, be like, oh, hey, let's stick around, show me some stuff. Never trained seriously. And I was like, dude, like I want to punch and hit you with a piece of pipe or stab. Like, I don't want to wrestle. Plus, when I wrestled when I was a kid, I sucked, dude. I wrestled like 1 3/4 season, never won a match, always got just ragdolled, like I was weak and scrawny, never wanted to mess with grappling. So when I moved out of LA and I had a real job, I was like, oh, there's like a legit Brazilian dude here, my neighbor's best friend. The shutdowns happen, and he's like, I can't train at this guy's spot anymore. And he's like, dude, that's my best friend. He'll train you privately if you want. So I got to go with Bruno Ferreira. God, I just looked up who he's a black belt under. I'm going to say it wrong. He's straight from Brazil. This is a Brazilian lineage, legit. And he's like, dude, he'll train you. Like, you should do jiu-jitsu. We're all doing it. And I'm like, dude. So my dumbass goes to the Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt from Brazil and goes, dude, teach me Muay Thai, because he does MMA. So I just did MMA with him for like almost a year. Oof. He would run me through a circuit where he would drill me on like, this is an arm bar on a jiu-jitsu doll, like at the end of the rest of the circuit. So it was just part of it. Never messed with it. Still didn't want to. I just teach me kickboxing, dude. I don't want to wear whack ass pajamas. I don't want to roll around with dudes. Like, lame,
sweaty dudes.
Yeah. And then I came back here, had some like, just my life switched upside down. I was like, holy shit, I got to go do some positive shit. The therapist I was seeing said it wasn't a good idea for me to take any more head injuries. I've had like a TBI and shit. So I'm like, all right, I'll suck it up and go do jiu-jitsu. And then I was looking it up, and I hadn't spoken to Tom in years, but I was like, nobody I knew from the places down south I was from knew of anybody legit here. So I just looking it up, I was like, oh, Tom gave this guy his black belt. It's the same school as Tom's. I'm going to go there. And that's how I ended up at Elite. Walked in, and I don't know, I think Marty had it was a no-gi thing, and he had them all doing heel hooks. So all these, young, strong dudes were just heel hooking the shit out of me for a night.
Play footsies.
Yeah. And then I just got hooked. I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing now for
that's tight.
Like a combat training type thing. I was like, and I don't think I'll ever stop. It's just something I do now.
That's the reason why I went into it. Is I didn't want to get hit in the head. I was like, I don't feel like I need to get hit in the head.
It's not good for you, dude.
I still remember the first submission.
So how did you get that? You said you got a TBI. How'd that happen?
Yeah. So in 2009 or 10, I forget. Anyway, I was skateboarding on a 4-foot mini ramp in the Diamond Street neighborhood of LA. Fluke accident. I went up to the top of the ramp, and my head came down from about 9 feet straight to the ground. No hands or anything, straight on the side of my face. I didn't go completely out, like flopping around like a fish, but severe concussion. I was TKO'd. I was only in the hospital for like 18 or 19 hours. There wasn't like bleeding and shit for them to have to drain, so they sent me home with my skull broken in 4 or 5 places. Yeah, this is all reconstructed with metal now.
So you're a Terminator, dude.
Yeah. If you're gonna hit me, I'm gonna give you the left side.
Can someone play the music right now?
Yeah. But yeah, so they sent me home on a bunch of medications to get the swelling down. And then I went in like 4 days later, and they reconstructed my face. But the aftermath of that was solid 3 months. I couldn't get out of bed. Severe depression, which is common with head injuries.
Yeah.
And now I know, especially because, you know, it's a lot more common for people to talk about it. They research it with, you know, pro sports and stuff. Like, dude, you know, like the impulse control stuff and like the depression stuff and just, dude, I was already running wild and I just ran even more wild after that head injury, dude. It was gnarly. I shouldn't say gnarly. It was unconventional, you know, what it made me do.
So when it's cold, because my uncle has like a metal plate, does it hurt?
No.
No?
I guess, I don't know. I don't have a lot of sensation anymore.
Nerve damage.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's nerve damage. But
if you can't feel.
When it gets cold, like it's a little more like, I don't know, like that. But I don't know. I guess I'm just used to it because it's been so long now. But yeah, I broke my skull.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
I still remember the first submission I got on you.
On me?
Klaeton. Yeah, on you. Yeah. I was fresh out of getting snipped.
Oh.
So I had a cup on. And I'm full mounted. Basically, my nuts were crushing his chest. My cup was crushing his chest. Yeah.
All the homies make fun of me because they say I got bitch ribs because I've broken like 5 ribs total.
Oh.
Yeah. All the rib breaks are from skateboarding, but yeah, when you did that, I was like, damn it, dude, like my bitch ass ribs. But I didn't stop.
That's good. Yeah.
Dude, once Stan got me in like this weird, like shoulder thing.
Americano.
No. He was like somewhere like he just extended my shoulder, like my whole arm, but I felt the pull in my ribs.
Oof. Yeah, those
That
injuries
shit
suck. Because
dude.
any little movement, like you move around, it hurts.
Yeah.
Well,
It hurts.
I bruised my ribs like a few months. I took a mean double leg because my dumbass didn't stuff it or nothing. He just like, boom, I was out. Adriana. Remember? Yeah, I was out for like a while.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's when we went to Elite Team Columbus. I couldn't train for like a few weeks, and then I went back and like even putting like a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't even imagine breaking.
You weren't coughing
ribs.
up blood?
No.
Then why'd you stop, dude?
Because that shit
dude.
sucked.
You should.
A little fat boy. I've torn a rib muscle, and I just pretty like they were just giving me like muscle relaxers or whatever to like, make sure.
Yeah, ribs are bomb, dude. Like they can't really do much for them. Maybe give you painkillers or something for them.
Yeah.
That doesn't really work. You're just stuck with pain.
Well, they were just putting me to sleep pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I didn't work for like 2 weeks and just slept.
Yeah. Ribs are gnarly, dude. They just take forever to heal and they hurt.
Well, when
so
they
bad.
break, they can puncture like a lung or something.
Yeah, that's the only risk with them. But even if it's not puncturing, like they're not going to put a cast on your body.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to do anything other than here's some ibuprofen, tough it out.
You have the verse for us. What verse is it for the pick up your cross
I
and
can see
follow
it.
me?
Matthew 16:24 to 26.
There you go, Matthew in the
Nice.
gospel.
Realized we had a Googler.
Yeah.
We have a decent producer. She's the silent producer.
We have what is it?
She's our
Jamie. We have our own
She's our
Jamie.
Jamie. Yeah.
We have our own Jamie.
Yeah.
But we're
She denied the producer role. I'm like, oh, you're the producer? She's like, nah.
yeah, she's a
She's
producer.
a silent producer. It's actually pretty cool. We call her SP.
SP?
Yeah, SP for short.
She kept it low key.
So we are at time, Clayton. I do have a gift for you underneath your chair. If you could grab it, did you? I was hiding it. We got a little gift for you.
Yeah.
A little TBM sweater.
With the
With
It's funny, I can wear this now. Bartender at the spot I was at last night said I had a dad bod.
Oh, there you go.
I can be Thicc Boy now.
Thicc Boy.
oh dude, like
cool.
aren't dad
Little
bods
stiff
in?
sweater.
Not with me, dude. I'm not a dad.
No.
Oh, cool, dude.
Yeah, brother. So that's for you.
I love how that sweater came up. We were like, we should do forklift certified, but in those letters, and they were like, why don't we just do Thicc Boy Mafia?
Thicc Boy Mafia. I like it. There you guys go. Thicc Boy
It's in,
Mafia.
like, death metal font.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that.
that's what we did. But we
Perfect.
wanted to
Thank
do
you, guys.
forklift certified
If it's
because it would look funny if someone asked like what it was,
what
and then
band?
we're like, yeah,
Name
let's
3
just-
songs
yeah.
from that band. Nah.
Yeah, forklift certified. It's like OSHA is here.
Yeah.
So any final words,
Thank you,
brother?
man.
We're at time.
No, I don't know. Be chill, be cool, train jujitsu. Don't be a bitch.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you're not bleeding, go train.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Sick.
Yeah, eat some mushrooms too.
Eat much.
All right, I guess I'm gonna have to try
Bye,
that.
everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you, guys.